Hello and welcome to another Mail Right workshop. I'm Adam Brown, co-founder. I'm here with the one and only.
Jonathan Denwood.
Yeah. And today we're going to get right to it because we want your phone to ring off the hook through the digital marketing that you're doing. And so to do that, we're going to give you some tips and tricks. So stay tuned as we get to these. You ready, Jonathan?
I am, Adam. I am.
All right, so we're going to basically unlock secrets of crafting these digital campaigns and generating the leads, but also giving like some strategies and stuff as well. So, it's going to deal with compelling content, data analytics, and leveraging that, and several other things. So, first thing is that we want to stand out in a crowded market, actually, a pretty crowded market, depending on where you live, right?
Yeah, yeah, it varies, isn't it? I think
Yeah.
some areas are still doing quite good. Other areas, the market's really turned, not churned. I think
Maybe churned.
yeah, or churned. I think example like Florida, some areas of Texas, maybe Nashville, some areas in the South, but I think some areas on the West Coast. I think in the Bay Area, San Francisco, the Bay Area, things are getting a bit tricky.
Mhm.
But I think there's other areas on the West Coast and other parts that are doing still quite well.
Okay, so in standing out, there's like four things we're going to share about, and the first thing is priming. So tell us about that one.
Yeah, so it's a crowded market normally, getting less crowded maybe. So in a crowded market, you got to do things to make your digital marketing stand out. And one of these basic principles is priming. What's priming? Well, I think a good example that a lot of real estate agents will understand is that if you're trying to get into the luxury market, there are certain things that you've got to provide people for you to be taken seriously in the luxury market.
Yeah.
And real estate agents seem to understand that, like they need a different type of website. Their photography, their videos, the language that they utilize has to be different
Mhm.
to the norm in the industry. What I'm suggesting, I'm just using that example because I think our audience will understand it the most easiest. But this concept of priming, which I'm using luxury as an example, you really need to utilize it in other sectors because the other videos that we've done, and you should watch them, folks,
Yep.
is
Check
that
those out.
we advise you to find a niche as quick as possible. Well, finding that niche will help you stand out in a crowded market, but it also is around the concept of priming as well. Is that
Mhm.
making sense, Adam?
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of like, if you're trying to sell someone some nice French wine or something, you're gonna like one of the examples is you can put on if you're at a restaurant some French music in the background. So you're kind of
Yeah,
like getting people to associate
yeah.
with what you're trying to, sell them or hook them in with so that they want to use you for your services
And
and
you
stuff.
got to provide, and when you're not, well, when one of your marketing bits of it don't fit in with the other
Hmm.
bits, it becomes disjointed and it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So the other part of standing out is scarcity. What's that mean for people?
Well, it's another 101. When you go online to buy something, a course or some product online,
Hmm.
a lot of people will have a countdown that the special offer is only available for the next 48 hours. A lot of
Yeah, I
the
like
lot
that.
a lot of the time it's cobblers. It's always on a 40. The countdown, if you refresh the website and go down, the countdown's
I've noticed that too.
sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's some fabulous Black Friday deals coming up with a number of digital products.
Hmm.
Um, they won't. Some of them are only available on Black Friday. They're not going to be available. But in general, if you can instill some scarcity in your marketing, especially around a new home or attempt it. It does depend on the market circumstances,
Yeah.
but normally scarcity, if it's used correctly, can get somebody to do something. Because the main thing that you're overcoming is not your competition. The main thing is inertia, because as we're all the same, the safe thing to do is to do nothing.
Yeah. And I kind of like how it creates some urgency as well, for the product you're selling, to try to get people to take the action, right?
Yeah.
The other thing is surprising statistics. So tell us a little bit about surprising statistics.
Yeah, people have subconscious, we tend to make our decisions on people in less than 10 seconds. When it comes to me, people tend to make the decision in less than five. But that was a joke, Adam.
That
Uh,
was not
um,
nice to yourself.
no, it wasn't. But people are really, they've got a subconscious opinion. You can utilize really surprising statistics in your adverts, in your
Hmm.
marketing, that just really disrupts this. People bombarded by online advertisement, online material in general, to actually break through into their consciousness. You can use surprising statistics to do that, Adam.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like, did you know 100% of realtors don't use CRM? Just kidding.
Um, well, I think it's
That's
over 80. I think
that's
it's
not true, but it's
I,
funny.
I think it's still very
It
high,
probably
is it?
is pretty high, right? But we happen to have a tool that can help them, right?
We've got a really easy CRM.
Yes.
Fundamentally, if you follow any of the great real estate online trainers, they all say that the most powerful CRM is the one that the real estate
Use,
agent
right?
uses.
Yeah,
And really, I don't believe in these overcomplicated ones. They're fine. Um, there's a lot of confusion when it comes to a CRM because it's now become a very generalistic term,
yeah,
and it's utilized to explain what are really a lead generative system, not a true CRM. A true CRM should be a system where you can put notes, and really you just need three lists:
yeah,
um, cold, lukewarm, hot, and you just need a system where you can put notes, and you can move the client from cold, warm, or hot. And you really want to keep your CRM as simple as possible.
yeah, yeah. And that was a rabbit trail, but that's part of what will help you stand out is using a CRM that you are going to utilize because you're going to be following up and staying in touch through, drip emails and texts that are set up,
Yeah.
social media campaigns, etc. So, all right, last part in this standing out in the crowd is curiosity. I like this one.
Yeah, well, it's a main disruptor. It's very similar to the
Hmm.
surprising statistics, scarcity, and priming, because you're trying to break it. The priming, I added that because I do think it's really important, but it's
Yeah.
not so obvious as the other three. But getting the feeling of curiosity. You get a lot. A good example of this that's just coming in mind is a lot of real estate agents when they are DIYing their Facebook campaigns, especially if they've got a new property that's not on the MLS.
Hmm.
Um, they tend to give too much info too early.
Yeah.
What you really want is the Goldilocks point where you're giving enough information to instill curiosity and then driving the possible lead to a landing page. And if they want more information about that property, they have to give their name and email address,
Yeah.
whatever. where
Yeah.
where a lot of agents just give everything in the Facebook advert, so there's no
Drives me crazy. It's like they don't need to click, they don't need to
no,
comment, they don't need to even contact you because you just gave them all the information.
exactly,
Stop doing that. Hey,
yeah,
Facebook doesn't like it either, or Instagram or any of them, basically.
no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So that's standing out in the crowd. Second thing, we'll probably go through these ones pretty quick, is how do you build real trust with your customer?
Yeah. Well, I really think that is done on your online presence now. I do a podcast um, aimed at real estate agents, and last week we had a guest, a really well-known real estate training expert, and he had this concept of you want to be the favorite, not the fool. And the
Hmm.
concept is when it comes to presentations, you've been called to do a presentation. And his argument was that really you should find out the idea that you're going to actually bag the client in the presentation is really deluded, because they're normally going to ask 2 to 3 agents, and before the presentation they've got a favourite.
Hmm.
You need to be that favourite, and really,
Yeah.
you don't. You need, in the initial call, you need to be able to subtly find out, or have the ability to make sure to understand if you're the favourite or the fool. Um, I'm not so keen on the term fool, but I understood what he meant by fooling yourself that you're going to do a fabulous presentation. The truth is, the deal will go with the favourite unless the favourite does a really rubbish job in the presentation.
Yeah.
But if they don't, they got the gig, basically.
Yeah.
So it's your online presence, your videos, your website, everything you do, um, that will make you, when you get that call to do a presentation, will determine if you're the favourite or the fool.
Yeah. 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 And so, we like to say be the digital mayor, right? We have
Yeah,
tons of videos that
it's the
talk
same
about that. And
concept. Yeah, you're right
yeah,
there.
it's sprinkled
It's the
through
same
everything.
concept in a way, isn't it? You're right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. And why should they trust you? Like, what resources are you giving them? How are you making them feel? Are they getting more confidence about going with you and the reasons why they should go with you? And you got to look at all those kind of things. Like, why would you pick a realtor? And that's what you kind of got to hammer in with your digital presence. So, all right. Third thing is attracting quality prospects without chasing. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think cold calling, door knocking is getting less and less effective as a
Hmm.
mechanism of getting
Kind of
leads.
scary nowadays to do some of that too.
Well, I don't know most people. It depends on the age of the target audience to some degree,
Yeah.
but I think that's diminishing as argument. I just
Yeah.
don't think you're going to get very good results from cold calling. I don't pick up my phone. If they don't, somebody can't be bothered to leave a voice message. If they're not on my contact list, if they're not on my contact list and the phone starts buzzing and they're not
Don't
on my,
answer.
I don't
Right.
answer it.
Yeah.
They got the choice to either leave a voice message or they're going to get blocked. I,
That's
I,
what I was just gonna say. I do the same thing.
because I don't answer cold calls anymore. I
Yeah.
just don't. I must get about, some days I get 20 calls a day,
It's so
and
frustrating, right?
I don't know why they it's a miss. I don't know, because you could say, well, they must be still effective.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
right. Or they wouldn't keep doing it. I mean,
I
I don't know
just
what the
don't
percentage
believe
is,
that.
but
I might be wrong, because I just don't think people answer the phone. Most people are
yeah.
using a mobile phone, and if you're not on the contact list, I think the same thing applies to door knocking. I think a lot of people don't answer the door. Um, I just don't think these traditional real estate marketing, Don't get me wrong, though. I still think it's still a person-to-person business. I
Yeah,
think you
absolutely.
just got to get out there. You got to go to community social events. You got to go to business events. You got to get yourself out there, and you got to market yourself online as well. I think it is more and more about people seeing you as the digital mayor, seeing you as the expert, and then they will contact you.
Yep. Yep. Totally. All right, I like that. Last but not least is maximizing your ROI.
Well, that's a lot of work that real estate agents do when they're
Hmm.
starting their career is time filling, in my opinion. What you need to do is work out effective lead strategies that actually work. Um, I personally believe that if you're starting out, you really need to work with an experienced agent and be prepared to do a lot of open homes. I think it's a great thing for agent of any experience. I think a lot of agents get very negative, but it's a great way of meeting new people, getting them to sign up, um, getting their name, address, contact details, and then doing effective outreach. But a
Hmm.
lot of
Yep.
agents don't want to do it. So it's really focusing on the lead generative methodologies that really work, that so your return on investment, which is your time and your money, actually works.
Yep. Yep. Well, there you have it. We would be interested if you are doing this, which one of these out of the four is the hardest? Is it standing out in a crowded market? Is it building trust with your customers or prospects? Is it attracting quality prospects without chasing them? Or is it maximizing your ROI? So let us know in the comments what you think about that. And anything else just to wrap it up?
No, I think they're the basics, Adam.
Yeah.
Like what you said, you just go to the mel-right.com website, have a look at what we got to offer, and book a chat with one of us. You can do that
Yeah.
straight on the website, and we'd love to have a chat with you and give you some more advice.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's how you can unlock and also craft your digital campaigns to make your phone ring off the hook, or some people like to say off the hizzle, right? Like Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, smash that subscribe bell so you get all of our free workshops when we get those uploaded. And thanks again just for joining us, for giving us your comments. Ask us any questions. That also helps us know different topics that we can bring that will help you grow your business. So thanks, and we will see you soon.